Hello and welcome to Health Matters. I'm Sherry Gallant with Alberta Health Services, and today we're speaking with Andrea Clausen, Health Promotion Facilitator here in the South Zone. And because we're in the middle of winter and some pretty cold weather, we're going to talk about car seat safety in terms of how we properly bundle up our little ones to make sure they're safe.
So it's important to note in the winter that we aren't adding too many layers onto our child when we're putting them into a car seat, because all those layers that we add onto them interfere with the car seat system, the harness system, which is the difference between a seatbelt system. So if an adult puts on extra layers or a coat, our seatbelt system actually retracts if we were to be in a collision, whereas when we're bundling up a child in a car seat, we're doing the retraction of their seatbelt for them, so it has to be of their harness system for them, so it has to be as tight as possible, because if you were in a collision, anything that compresses basically gives you that little extra room and the child can slide around in that car seat and be injured.
I see, that's right. Once it's set, it's set.
Yes, exactly. So we're the ones that are setting it for the child compared to a seatbelt that you're able to move around, and if you are in that collision, that's when it locks and it locks in place. So if you have a heavier coat on as an adult, it'll lock in place after it's compressed against your skin, whereas the child, it's gonna compress down, and you've got that extra room, and they're gonna move around in there.
Okay, right. So I know you're going to show us a little demonstration with your sweet little baby over there in a second, but until we go over there, do I understand correctly then that while the parent's instinct might be to really bundle the child up in a snowsuit and maybe one of these little things, that's probably not a good idea?
Yeah, it's not the best idea. So one of these would be like a snuggle bug that you can add underneath the child, and it's an aftermarket product adding onto the car seat. So basically the harness system would go through here, and this part would lay under the child, and then this piece would go over top of the child. So what we don't like about this is basically this piece would compress if you were in a collision, and that's going to cause the child to move around again, and they're more liable to be injured in a collision if they are moving around in their car seat. So what we do recommend is not put them in like those down snowsuits, the fleece snowsuits, something that's really thick, because those are the types of things that are going to compress down when you're in that collision, and it happens so quick that you won't even necessarily realize that they'll be moving around in their car seat. So put them in something a little bit thicker, or heavy of a sweater, not necessarily thicker, but a stronger material. So when you're putting them into that car seat, especially for the long distances, we don't want them to overheat in the vehicle, so that, especially not being in a snowsuit, anything like that. But also putting those blankets over top of them. That's the biggest thing, is bundle them up by putting anything over top of them, but anything that's underneath them and kind of interferes with that harness system is something that we don't recommend the use of.
Okay, so normal warm clothing, strap them in, and then blankets over top of the harness.
Yes.
Thanks for being with us today.
You're welcome.
And thank you for watching.